Okay, assalamu alaikum. And good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here and dedicating your valuable time for this event. And today what I'm going to share is slightly different. It's not very specific to safety or workplace. Safety is a process that you can implement anywhere to improve any kind of work or any kind of organization. Yep. Either you're in oil and gas industry, making cars, or you're just making a cup of tea at home. Yeah? So pay attention and try to take something home from this session. My name is Abdullah Hinai. I've been working for PDO for almost 25 years now, mainly in operation and maintenance. And my recent job was to do something different, is to learn about improvement, business improvement using the lean techniques. Okay? I'm going to clarify a few words before I start. If I say lean or continuous improvement, it means the same thing. And when I mention a process, I refer to the steps or a number of activities to perform a certain task. It's not what is happening in the plant or in the pipeline. Yeah. Okay. So my presentation today, I'm going to take you a workflow through any process. Why do we need to change in today's world and do things differently? Some examples of step change that made a major change around the world. And what are the key game changers that you can implement in your organization to improve your organization and your business? And some examples of benefits. And I'm going to give you some quick hints that you can take home and try to implement. Okay? Any business or any job, it starts with an idea or a goal, yeah? Or a value that you want to realize. And then you go and do a quick feasibility study. Is it possible to do it or not? And then you go to lay down the detail throughout. And then you do to the implementation phase. Either it's a construction work, or it's a software development, or setting up services. And then you go into operation and maintenance phase. Okay? So the risk profile normally increases as you go along realization of your business goal, okay? So, and it's highest at the level of the implementation phase, the construction or the execution part of it, and the operation and maintenance, be it personal safety, workplace safety, or is process safety, yep? Okay, so today's world, why do we need to change? What is happening around the world today? Why you need to do different things differently? If you have a certain output from your business, certain performance, yeah, can you continue doing it the same way? Let's say you have a large number of incidents in your organization, or you have high costs, or you have, you're not meeting your KPIs or business goals. Can you continue doing it the same way? Why? What is going to happen if you do the same thing? Yeah, you'll not have different results. Okay, I don't know if you come across this phrase. It says, insanity is doing something the same way you've always been doing it and expecting different results. Yeah? Okay? So you need to change. Okay? Give me an example of some good companies been around and now they don't exist anymore. Nokia. Yeah? What happened to Nokia? It was a leader in the mobile industry market. Yeah? What happened to Nokia? It failed to realize that the market demand changed. The customer requirement changed. The world is moving into smartphones, and they were still producing the basic mobile phones. Yeah? So what is happening today around the world? Yeah? How many recessions we have over the last 10 years? Global economic is changing. The market environment, very dynamic. Yeah? Our operation become very expensive. For oil and gas companies, mostly, or easy oil is out. Yeah? You have to get the difficult oil now, using enhanced oil recovery, using different technology and different techniques. Okay? Manpower. Manpower market has become very dynamic. People are moving around from company to another. And retaining the skills is very difficult. Yeah? So you need to come up with something, some mitigation in your organization that will minimize the impact of the changes. Yeah? Okay? For example, if you look at Toyota, Toyota is a pioneer in lean and continuous improvement. They started back in the 50s. Okay? Toyota did not start with car manufacturing as an industry. They were in weaving business. They were in weaving. And after World War II, they saw the opportunity to switch to car manufacturing. That's where the car industry started. When they started, nobody would buy the Japanese cars. Nobody would buy the Toyota because they're high cost and not reliable. And they struggled for years trying to resolve this issue, putting more money, pumping a lot of money into improvement of design, improvement of machinery, hiring people, and they could not get nowhere. Until the end, they come up with a different idea. They hired an engineer, he called Shigeru Shingo. And this guy, they said to him, Mr. Shingo, we need help. Okay? So Mr. Shingo came to Toyota and started analyzing the processes. Yeah? He didn't go the traditional way of improvement. Okay? He started monitoring the assembly lines, the workflows, and taking notes. And then he came back to the management. He said, this is what is happening in our assembly lines or in our factory. Okay? We do a lot of things that does not really reflect the end product. Yeah? We do a lot of work. It does not really reflect the end product. It doesn't add value to the business. Okay? And then we do something a little bit that really producing something. And then we do a lot of things that doesn't add value. And then again, this is process occurring all over the factory. Okay? And then this graph was presented. This is a recent graph, which is industrial studies, shows that best processes has a 5 to 10% value-adding activities or time. Yeah? Can you believe this? Can you believe it? Best processes have 5 to 10 value-adding activities or time. Is it possible or not possible? It's difficult to believe, right? Okay? So whatever Toyota was doing in the past was within this 5 to 10%. This is what we do in our business. Like in oil and gas, to sustain our production, what do we do? Drill more wells, build more stations, hire more people. Yeah? So Mr. Shingo said to Toyota, we've always been walking around this area. What can we do around here that to improve our quality and reduce our costs? Okay? So he started elaborating what sits here. What sits on this 90% is two things. Yeah? It's non-value adding activities or time, but there are two aspects of it. There's waste that can be eliminated, and there is business needed non-value adding activities. You're all familiar with permit to work system, right? To do a job, you have to go apply for permit to work. Applying for permit to work, it can take 2-3 days for you until you get it authorized and validated. Does it add value to the end product? It controls the work. It's needed to control the safety of the work, but it does not directly relate to the end product. Yeah? So this is the concept of value adding. If we have time later on during the panel discussion, I'll elaborate more on this. Okay? Okay, so, and then he defined the 8 wastes, the 7 wastes. I don't know if you read the 7 wastes. Yeah? If you go to Google it, the time is not enough to discuss more on this. So you can Google it, or you can ask me later, the 7 wastes, 3 domains of waste, and there are 7 wastes and other wastes. Yeah? So he defined the waste, what is really happening on this part. Okay? And more than 60%, 80% of this is waste. Yeah? So this was a step change for Toyota. The way they started doing things in a different way. Okay? Elimination of waste and non-value adding activities. Okay? And so what causes incidents normally in workplaces or at home? Yeah? One of the key things is language barriers and communication. Yeah? unclear instruction, complexity, fatigue, tiredness, stress. You wake up in the morning, you're rushing to go to work, and you cannot find your keys or you cannot find your mobile. How do you feel at that instant? Yeah? You cannot think anymore. Yeah? At workplace, you're doing something very urgent and you need a piece of information from somebody else. How does that make you feel? Yeah? Okay? So the game of lean improvement or continuous improvement, first of all, you have to look at the big picture. Your business, end to end, start to finish. What are the key things you involve? What is it you're doing? And then you break it down. You start level 0, what do you do exactly? Let's say produce oil and gas. And then you break it down level 1, level 2, level 3, and you expand the steps. At that stage, you will have clear understanding what are the critical processes for your organization, yeah? For your business. And then you take every critical process and you detail it to the step by step as is done today. Identify what are the obstacles, what are the issues faced in these processes. Resolve these issues, and you come up with a new process that is to be. This is how I want my business to run. And you draft a standard operating procedure for that, that everybody will follow. This is how I do my business. And you develop KPIs, and you visualize the performance. Okay? So tomorrow, if I change the employee, if he leaves and brings somebody else, he will follow the same standard operating procedure. This is how I do this task, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So you can minimize the impact. Other things to complement this, the leader standard work. Okay? I'll not touch into detail. Leader standard work is the framework that manage or help leaders to manage the day-to-day activities and their business. And it forces the leaders to go to work site and see things as they are, engage with people, talk to people, and empower people. Okay? The word Gamba here, or go see, is very powerful. It's where leaders go and engage with people, coach them for problem solving. Okay? Encourage them. You don't give them solutions. You encourage them to come up with their own solution. Yeah? So you resolve the problems at the right level because they are the expert at these processes. And another key tool is the continuous improvement boards. Yeah? If they will share the slides with you, there's a sample of the continuous improvement board. This is where employees at different levels speak out their ideas, speak out their obstacles, and you discuss in a team, and you get resolved day by day, removing the obstacles. Okay? What Lean and LSW focus on, okay? It drives simplicity. You have a structured approach to your workplace, to your work practices. Standardization, yeah? You have a standard method of executing your tasks. SOPs, simple standard operating procedure. I will show the difference between standard operating procedure and the procedures we have in the companies. Yep. Focus on importance. Prioritization. This is where LSW comes and play a role. Yeah? LSW is constructed from the activities that you do on day-to-day basis. Okay? You eliminate the non-value adding, and you take the most critical one. This is the activities that you are focused. So the next 2 weeks, you know exactly what you're doing. You have your diary or your calendar is booked. So this is also minimize interruption to your day-to-day business. Okay? And one more powerful thing is the visual performance. Visualize your performance. If you cannot measure it, you cannot improve. Yeah? At any time or instance, you know where you are. If you're deviating, you need to bring back. Yeah? You need to do something that to analyze why I'm deviating from my performance, and then I need to bring it back. Okay? So standards and procedures. Every company have lots of standards and procedures. Yeah? No doubt. Volumes and volumes. But who reads them? How many people just go and read procedures? Yeah? Not many. They're written in a very, very difficult language. They're cumbersome, they're big, they're volumes and volumes. So, and having standards doesn't mean that we have a standard work unless we follow them. Yeah? So what we do in Lean is to take this into something that simple like this. Yeah? We're not replacing them, we simplify them. Okay? Because the global standards, they tell you what is required, what you need to deliver. It doesn't give you the how. So we build the how with lean SOPs. It gives you this task. This is how I do it. Step 1, 1, 2, 3. Step 2, 1, 2, 3. And everybody can follow. If you have somebody who cannot follow that SOP, that is not a good SOP. I can see the time. Continuous improvement board. Okay? I have a sample in the slides, so you can look at it. At different levels in the organization. You have boards at the workplace, they have boards at the supervisors, at the leaders, all the way up to the managing director, where issues and ideas escalated all the way up, and support from management comes the other way around. Okay, example of CI idea board. See how many, on daily basis, people generate ideas on day-to-day basis. These are the simple things, simple improvement that you can do day by day. Yeah? And it's executed by the staff themselves. I'll skip this one. This is an example of visual management. Okay? You're familiar with this. Okay? If I look at this board here, the visual management, it tells me these processes have issues. Without understanding what the process, what's the content of that, straight away I see there is some problem with some processes. It's an opportunity. Yeah? In Lean, we say red is an opportunity. It's not bad. This is, you're familiar with it. Yeah? This is one of the most common visual management we face every day. What does it tell you? Yeah? Give instruction. So good visual management, it has to give an action. It has to trigger an action. Okay? It's not just a poster we put on the board. Okay, some examples of benefits. Okay? What LSW gives you focus, gives you activity alignment. It aligns the organization from the leadership all the way to down. Yeah? From the strategic goal, you translate at different levels what other activities every individual has to do to contribute to that end goal. Okay? Lean projects is waste elimination and process lead time reduction. So if I have an activity I do in 3 days, if I can make it in 1 day without compromisation, okay? Examples from PDO on benefits. Okay, this is from the sustainability report that PDO issues every year, and you can download it from the PDO World Wide Web. Okay, it says the MD reporting here. I'm happy to report 77% fall on number of tier 1 incidents. Okay, and tier 2. Yeah, this is from 2010 until 2018. Okay. As well, we deliver 142 improvement projects, saving 152 millions. Yeah. So the outcome is big. The outcome is big. For us, we're still talking about reduction in months and days and time. If you go to Toyota today, they challenge the second. Yeah, they challenge the second. Okay, so I'll skip this. So what you need to take home, this is the most important slide for me, what you need to take home. When you go back to your organization, start looking at the big picture and break down the activities. See which parties give you most problem and focus on it. Okay? You can start building SOPs. Simplify your processes. Yeah? To eliminate that problem of language barrier and communication, there's an art on drafting these SOPs, by the way. Yeah? It's a whole study. So you have to make it as simple as possible. The lowest level of experience of the organization can follow that SOP. Okay? And use pictorial method even better. Okay? Simplify and standardize. This is how I want to do. Even if I replace 10 people, they'll get the same outcome. Yeah? That's the idea of Lean. Okay? And leaders need to go out. You sit in the office, you think that you understand what is going out in the field or at the workplace, but it's not the true picture you get. Normally, when we write reports, we make them fancy for the leaders, and we hide the bad things. True or not true? People crying for help, they don't get somebody to help them. But when you go to see also, you don't go and give instruction, you don't go to shout. You go to coach as a leader. Yeah? You go to give support. Okay? Think on these aspects. Okay? Think about this 90%. What can you change here? Yeah? So lean is about, I did my job yesterday in such a way. How can I do it tomorrow differently, in a better way, and more efficient? Okay? I think that's my slide. Okay, this is for later questions. Thank you.